I mean,
Yeah.
creativity comes from a place of darkness.
I think that's natural, like thinking better in the dark space.
And then before everything was, there was darkness.
Yes.
That was from where everything came from, lights and every other color.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah.
So
In design, CMYK, if you mix all CMYK colors at 100, 100, 100, 100, you get black.
All together.
In fact, not just CMYK, because the K is black. If you mix all CMY at 100, 100, 100.
You get the K. Yes. I just learned something new.
Politics in itself is defined as who gets what, when and
how.
Now you see the problem.
The five who's.
Exactly. The problem is our own leaders use that who gets what, when, and how between themselves, not with the people.
Hello beautiful people, it's another exciting moment with the HGT. How you doing? Thanks so much for joining us on today's episode. We appreciate that. And yes, I remain your favorite girl, Toyin, you know that. And yes, today we are having a surprise guest in our midst today. So his name is Mr. Kudus Adedolapo. Like I said earlier, he's jack of all trades, but I would love to mention what he does, but then I want him to say that by himself. So, Mr. Kudus, so say that to your audience. Tell us your name and what you do and how you feel today.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then my name is Oyedeji Kudus Adedolapo. I'm a tech entrepreneur. Okay. I'm a software developer. Too. A digital strategist. I'm also an actor and a certified movie director.
Wow.
So quite a lot of other things.
Part of what you do, actually. No problem. No problem. I know you still have other things you do that you don't want to mention. That you will don't worry. You still mention it. So, Mr. Kudus, thanks so much for joining us in the studio today. Thanks so much for attending to our call. Thank you so much. And I believe that we're going to have you again in the studio. This is going to be the first one and the last time you're going to be here. We still want to have more of you. Yes. So before I go to the questions I have for you, I would love to, commend your outfit. I like it. Personally, I like guys in native. I don't know why. I know it's TGIF. I know that's where you're wearing because everybody believes that TGIF, like Friday, we must wear native on Friday. No, do you believe in that?
I'm not a Friday native person.
You just wear it like just whenever you want to.
My mood. I could wear native on the Monday to the office.
See?
Nobody's stopping me.
You know your fashion.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, that's good. And the color, because I had this thing that people with darker shade, I mean melanin or caramel, they don't really like to wear something too dark so that it won't really dull their complexion. So why are you putting on the color?
I mean black is my favorite color.
Okay.
Apart from white.
Okay, yeah. So black and white.
Black and white.
That's
and white,
your
like a zebra.
Like zebra strand.
Yeah.
So if I want to present you a gift now and it's colored purple, other colors, you won't
probably
receive it.
It's colored green.
Color what?
Green.
Okay, green.
A very deep shade of green emerald.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually studied something about you. Just this few moments that we've been together. You always have this reserved thing that you won't want to talk about. Like, yeah, for example, you mention things you do, and sorry, things you do, and I know that there's still other things you do that you don't want to mention. Now you're talking about color. Now you said it's black and white. Now I say, okay, maybe green. And if you want to go further, I say, okay, maybe bring yellow.
Yeah,
I'll be purple.
The reason the reason for the color one is like generally every time you like rules of design, you have a primary color, secondary
color, yeah,
tertiary color.
Yeah.
So if it's not black, if it's not white, then maybe green. Their colors that just give me comfort.
Okay.
Just colors I'm cool with. Yeah. Because black is my go-to place. Like, I like darkness. If you enter my personal space, it's usually dark.
Did you say you like darkness?
Yeah, I like darkness. Like,
so you don't have bright light to your house?
And I also have a condition with my eye.
Okay.
So I don't like bright lights.
Okay.
Even during the day, you see me squinting outside if I'm not with my glasses.
Okay.
You see me squinting. So a dark place also helps me think better. I mean, creativity comes from a place of darkness.
I think that's natural, like thinking better in the dark space.
And then before everything was, there was darkness. And
yes.
that was from when Everything came from lights and every other color and every other color.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So
In design, CMYK, if you mix all CMYK colors at 100, 100, 100, 100, you get black.
Wow.
All together.
In fact, not just CMYK, because the K is black. If you mix all CMY at 100, 100, 100, they give you black.
To get the K.
Yes.
I just learned something new.
Cyan, magenta.
I hope you guys are learning. Are you into fashion?
Not really.
How do you know about the CMK, CMYK?
Yeah, normal design, normal graphic design.
Okay.
Graphic design.
Okay. Oh, it's true.
Yeah, so design, web design.
Excuse me.
So you need to understand colors as well. I do not like colors. I usually have issues with colors.
Like plenty color, like the one I'm putting on.
If you see the yeah.
So you cannot wear this one. If
like
I give you, I cannot wear it.
There's a big problem with
my
this
god!
color.
Oh my god! Oh, you just said that.
If you check through the brand colors of the companies that I co-own or co-founded, you either see black, white, shade of black, shade of green, or there's the only flashy color that I'm allowed that I use currently is a burnt orange.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's my favorite.
As long as it's not bright, it's not flashy, it's not. And all those colors have their moods, so they have the meaning behind each other.
So that's interesting. So tell us, Mr. Kujus Adedamola, your name is so unique. Sorry, Adedolapo. Oh my god, did I just say the name? As well, don't mind me. So because your name is too unique, that's why. So tell me, how did you start this tech?
Okay, I started the tech journey as a content developer.
What year was that?
That was 2019, 2020.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a long time.
As a content developer, actually, I was working with a company here in Ibadan.
Okay.
During the Corona pandemic.
Okay.
And after taking my own hands in content development, personal things, because I used to write poetry at some point, and I converted it.
Write that too.
Did you say that when he was mentioning what he does?
No.
See, I say he has it reserved. He's so reserved that he has some reserved, unique things about him. Don't worry, we will dig it out. I trust Pelumi. Pelumi will dig. She will dig it out.
So then later,
okay,
I pushed it into content development, and when I started working as a junior content developer for Future Digitals in Samonda,
okay,
yeah, in 2020. I did quite a lot of work writing content for websites. But before then, I used to also do content development that we used to write for blogs.
Oh,
we
okay.
used to charge like 5 naira or 10 naira per word.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so if you write 1,000 words.
It's like an article.
Yes, you write articles for them, you write blog posts for them, and we used to charge 5 naira, 10 naira. And some of these posts, majority of them want to monetize their page, their websites. So they'll tell you 1,000 words, give me 1,000 words. And there was no AI that help you write.
It's your brain, no. Everything is coming from your head.
So we used to charge 5 naira, 10 naira to about 10. So then I worked as a content developer then. And then from there, my salary, they were doing millions of naira in revenue.
Okay.
From building websites for people and creating logos. I just felt like I had a background knowledge in graphic design from home. So we used to have a PC now. All those cardboard PC.
Okay, that's typewriter.
No, those ones with big heads.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we used to have like
that sound, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to have like 2 of it in my house.
Oh, really? So you practice with that?
Yeah, my sister used to teach me CorelDRAW then. So I had a background in graphic design, and I knew that I could do this. So I started taking a course in web development and web design, no code web design first, then a little bit of web development. So after school, after working there, we resumed back to school in 2020. It was my 400 level, the last lap.
Okay.
So I met with 2 of my friends, my very close friends, one of which we were working together at FutureX.
Okay.
Then. And we just said, guys, so we can start our own company now. Like, school life is almost over. What are we going to do? So we felt like we could start out something here. And I think January 10th of 2021, we launched our company, Meg 365.
Oh my god, that's sweet.
Meg 365.
Meg.
Is there like a full name?
Yeah, Meg is a Dutch word for brand.
Okay.
So it's brand 365. So what we wanted to do was to use digital tools to help brands and businesses grow. So the 365 is to show all year round.
Okay.
So we actually did a whole lot of thinking before we arrived at that name. Yeah, although it was supposed to be Make 360. But before we decided to pick any name, we checked for the digital footprint of all the names. And we figured, somebody's using
This one, yeah.
So we decided to change it to Make
365.
And then that's how we started 2021. 2021, very rough. We did not get customer until I think around August. Then we had one particular client that wanted us to build a website for shortlist service. They had several shortlists in Lagos so that people could book. That was the first website we built apart from our own.
Wow.
In August. Yeah. But a big shout out to that man because that particular gig was the assertion that we needed to let us know that our dreams were valid.
Wow.
Or else we would have probably withered away in that very first year. And after that one, we had a gig to teach people in Ila, Empower. It was a southwest thing.
Ila?
Yeah.
Like Ila Orogun?
Yes, it was a southwest thing. So the location they picked was Ila Orogun, the school, the college of education. So
I know.
Empower is sponsored by a politician, right?
It's sponsored by the government. Yeah, Empower is sponsored by the government. I think it was the Buhari's administration at that time.
Then, yeah.
So, but because it was contract before contract, people there was a lot of contracts in between. So the pay wasn't
quite small.
But at the same time, teaching 600 people, 600 plus people.
Yes, that's an achievement. That's an achievement.
So 2022,
600
plus. 600 plus.
Wow.
That crowd?
Some of them are not even youths like we thought. Some of them are even adults.
Ooh.
Oh, because I have a background in teaching, though.
Okay.
You see, I have
another one. I know we are still counting.
We're
still
counting.
We're still counting.
So I have a background in teaching. I'm a trained teacher, so class control wasn't a problem for me. So 600 plus people. Then 2022 was bland, zero, zilch.
No clients.
Zero, nothing.
It's very raw. How do you cope with that? How do you make guys move on?
I think it was just the passion, majorly, the zeal, and the evidence that we have had from other people. I mean, I had where I used to work, and I had this mentor. We did not have a direct connection, but I used to look up to him. I do still look up to him, Mr. Agwenka Ogunwale. I still look up to him. At that point in time, he was also building websites for people. How well it turned. It was also based in Ibadan. See how well it turned out for you. And having that set of skills, I knew that
something good is going to come out of it. Yeah.
Pull this off as well. So although along the line, we lost one of our members. He didn't die, but the path.
You dropped out.
Yeah, the path. How do I put it? The career path took him elsewhere.
Okay.
So that's what I would like to call it. The career path took him elsewhere.
So how many were you guys from the beginning?
There were
so somebody dropped then too.
Yeah. The career
that's
path
good.
just took him.
So how did you feel about that? Don't you feel like
It was devastating.
I know.
At first, I thought like everybody did. Like this guy just neglected us. He ran away. But I figured later on in life that people's paths definitely have to cross.
Of course, for some reasons actually.
So let's assume I'm going to Bodija. You're going to Ojo. From here, we need to get to Songo together.
Yeah, together.
But when we get to Songo, so I just think because we're still very good friends. I mean, it still plugs us onto things. Yes, it's just career paths being different.
So you mentioned earlier that your elder sister, is it your older sister, your younger sister?
My elder sister.
Okay, taught you how to. She's tech literate. She taught you how to use some of those devices like that from home. So that means, let me see, tech runs from the family actually. Am I right?
I don't. Yeah, I could put it like that. But growing up, I was always the science inclined. But you know,
fixing sports radio, merging it together.
There's always one inside the house. I was the one. So I'm sure my mom was devastated when she learned I wanted to go to art class.
Oh.
I was originally supposed to study law.
She wanted the law.
Me, I wanted
Okay,
law.
you wanted law.
Yeah.
The mom wanted something
In fact, she wanted me to be a
science
doctor.
line.
Like she wanted me to be a doctor.
A doctor.
Yeah. When you have a child that is reserved, that doesn't go out.
That fight no finish.
Hey God, that's a huge one.
Exactly. But me, I knew. I just and my mom at some point later in time knew that whenever I set my mind to something, there's no way she can't change my mind about it.
She understood
They
that.
know.
That's good.
You know,
That's
so
good.
They just let me do my thing. I was supposed to even do law before Nigerian universities now happened.
No, you know what? I don't like the way you say it. Just let me do that. Do you know how you feel when you get the support from your parents on whatever what you do? Like, because there's a lot of youth out there that this is what they want to do, but because of their parents, they say, because their parents said, no, you not do this thing. You must be a lawyer, you must be a doctor. Now they're not even enjoying what they're doing. They're not happy with it. Exactly. But for you to have a parent that supports you, that understand that this is this guy's vision, let's allow him.
Although she didn't force me, she was persuading me
that you should.
Yeah, you know that.
That's what I'm saying. That yeah.
You know that parents, they try to they want the best for them.
She knows that my dad is someone who accepts whatever you bring.
But actually, those people that don't that actually enforce things on their children doesn't mean that they don't want the best for their children.
Yeah, they actually want the best for their children.
They feel that's the best for their children.
Yeah, and that's the trend. If you're not a lawyer, you should be a doctor
or an engineer.
That three is their dream job. Like you can do in this.
At
that point in time, there was nothing like I want to be a web designer. Okay, what do you mean?
Tech was not really like that then.
Not even the thing.
And it is only in Nigeria.
It's always like
I think it's the African mentality.
It's only Africa. Like,
I mean, outside
Korean,
too.
All these Asian people.
They have this white collar job.
Especially Black Korean. But not only Korean. Like all these Asian, Chinese, they are not an engineer. Should be a doctor.
So I think that mentality is just it's right?
And the era that they grew in. It's the era that they grew in.
It's our own generation that we know.
Okay, so you know this tech of a thing, it has caused some damages in the society, like people trying to use like this energy, this intellect of yours towards technology, like towards this thing. We have 1001 people out there that has this thing, this inbuilt talent in them, but instead of them to use it in the proper way, just like you're using it, they're using it to defraud people, for internet scams and all. What can you say to that?
Number one, I'm a big opposer of fraud of any kind.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen what it can do to people. So I've seen people lose money over scams over time, and it always affects people's trust.
Yes.
Those people that you have scammed, most likely they don't trust-wise. They don't recoup from it.
Once bitten, twice shy.
So I've seen it, and it usually affects when people actually bring actual solutions that work. They might be like, oh, really?
I'll be saying low imaging.
Over time, and it affects the work that we do. Also, I also believe that to a large extent, our government actually has a hand in this thing. Or should I put it like the older generation has a hand in this thing? Why I say that is, I actually wrote this thing some time back as well. The only thing now that people of the older generation can never compete with us in is this internet fraud. With the youth.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Actually, that's right.
And as long as they are competing in it, they want to lead it. Politics, we're not there. If you go and check people who are in schools, like lecturers in schools, there are some lecturers that have retired and have been brought back. Yeah. I had a lecturer in school that was teaching me, and the lecturer that taught her when she was in school.
Yes.
Is there.
Me
and
too.
She's a
me
doctor.
Too. In my department. Yeah.
She's a doctor about to become a professor, and the lecturer that taught her is still in this school teaching us. So they come back. So those old people, check civil service. If you check them, 5 years, 10 years, they will not be able to account for 5 to 10 years on their CV. I've seen people like that. You check their CV and you say, what did you do within these 5 to 10 years? It's not like there's nothing there. They cut away that 5 to 10 years away from their age so that they remain in the system. So what happens to the youths that are coming? So you want to remain in the system. At the end of the day, if you now go and check, they say they are doing it for their children. The children, you will really want something good for that children. You will leave that space. When you were there, you had 35 years to do it. When you were there, what did you not achieve in 35 years? And how much you achieve in 5 years? That's what brings them back to...
It's greed.
Exactly. It's greed. The greed of the older generation. So that's what pushed majority of the teeming youth to fraud. And now, with the growth in technology over time, these people acquire this knowledge. I mean, I know I have a very good understanding of that world, despite the fact I don't like it. I have a very good understanding of that world. And even those people that you people say are using much more tech to do internet fraud, they don't know half of what actual tech people do. Like actual tech professionals. The internet fraudsters don't know half of what those people do.
Wow.
Yes, they don't. Majority of them just know how to file one tax return using VPN that is secure, or using socks and using... That's what they do. That's the major thing they do. The other aspect of it is now the people who actually now build tech products for scams. We recently seen one. That everybody's just recovering from. Me, I cannot be a part of that anyway, because I actually saw through it right from start. This CBEX thing.
Okay, that one.
It was obvious. Once you know how things work,
even with I'm not into.
There's no way you do trade and don't lose. Say it's forex trading. Normally, me, I have tendency for high blood pressure, so I don't do things that make my heart go.
Tendency for
if I cannot control it.
You know yourself, and then of course.
So if it's something I cannot control, my hand now be doing on it. What fellow. I don't do it. As long as I'm in full control of it.
I told you.
Say okay. For example, some people say forex is safe if you know how to call your signals and all that. Fine. But there are unforeseen forces on the market that's going to affect it. Okay, let me give you an example. Recently, there was a launch of an AI in China called DeepSeek.
Okay.
The day DeepSeek launched, $1 trillion was wiped off the stock market in the US.
Really?
You know why? DeepSeek gave us another version of what ChatGPT, Meta AI, or whatever AI that you know currently does, and open sourced it. What do you mean by open sourcing? Open sourcing means you have left the code out to everybody to see. If you want to replicate it, go and replicate it. If you want to make it better, go and make it better. If you want to take from it so that I can embed it into your platform, go and take it. All for free. Meanwhile, ChatGPT has started charging people $20, $200 per month. So now, OpenAI is built, or all these AIs are built on a chip, an AI capable chip from a company called NVIDIA. Now, NVIDIA is the only one that sells that AI chip in the world. Exactly. Now, US now help them even monopolize it better by telling them to not sell it outside US, especially to China.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Because they know what might come out of it.
Exactly, because they know what might come out of China. So the big AI capability chips were banned from going to China.
Wait, this AI is the same thing as robots?
Kind of.
Because I feel there's not any... the similarities are more than...
Funny thing is, for a robot to actually work, you need to embed artificial intelligence into it. Yes.
So how about AI?
The AI is the reasoning behind the action. So AI means artificial intelligence, means this system can think on its own, can produce things on its own, can replicate things, can source for things online, can take in knowledge like a human being, can process that knowledge without the sentiment of a human being and push it out. So now, when DeepSeek was launched, okay, like I said, okay, NVIDIA is monopolizing AI chips. US said they should not sell to China. So everybody in US, in that space, they are chopping money. OpenAI is chopping money. Meta AI is chopping money.
Okay.
NVIDIA is chopping money. and their stocks are nice. So one of the safest stocks to ever buy is Nvidia stocks, because they have a monopoly. Like nobody's competing with them in AI. So they are cheap. Their value keeps going up. But then DeepSeek wake up one day and they built it. ChatGPT was built with $5.5 billion. They built DeepSeek with $5.5 million. That's one tenth or 1/100 of what they built ChatGPT with. So the odds were crazy. People were like, why are we investing in this when there's somebody that has replicated? I know what's funny, how they built DeepSeek. They built it with the lowest capacity NVIDIA chip. The one that they usually throw out to the market. They usually dump out. Exactly. Wow. And they built it with a team of 20-something people that did it in like 60 days or so.
Ah.
So and $1 trillion got wiped off the stock market. NVIDIA lost 500 billion out of it. Immediately. So now imagine somebody that put their money on NVIDIA. Exactly why me I don't do forex.
Follow me your question, please.
Oh my god. Let me just ask why. Like, wanted to go to why you shifted from your course.
Yeah, political science.
You went to UI, right?
Yeah.
So now you studied, what did you say you studied?
Political science.
Political science.
Then you're in tech now. Like, what is the correlation? Why didn't you just practice what you studied?
Okay. One of the, I'm saying it, this one. If you to annoy with to annoy. Okay. One of the most useless courses.
Don't worry, say it with a foot chest.
Yeah. One of the most useless courses to study is political science.
I swear. Actually, I've heard that before.
In this country,
I've heard that before.
Exactly. Yes. Why?
It's not capping.
They will tell you, kò síbi tó lè ti fi ṣiṣẹ́.
Ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn gangan nìyẹn. I tell you. I swear.
It means kò síbi tó lè fi ṣiṣẹ́, kò sí iṣẹ́ ẹ̀ anywhere.
That is the opposite.
The places we should work are now political appointments. Let's say to the governor on public administration.
You study theater. Abosha Greek. Agric kini. Abi CRS.
So those are the things.
Oh my God.
We are public administration experts, civil service experts. Politics in itself is defined as who gets what, when and how. Now you see the problem.
The 5 who's.
Exactly. The problem is our own leaders use that who gets what, when, and how between themselves, not with the people. Because it was supposed to be.
What I think 5WH. Yeah.
So it's supposed to be between the people,
yes,
not them. So they're making it a power game. So if you see a random political scientist who never want to participate in the current political system that we have, if he wants,
because they don't have the idea.
Even if he wants to, the current politicians will not let them do it. Because they will change the entire status quo. They will swipe it out. I know a couple of my friends, when we share political ideas, all of us just look at each other and be like, we just like, we work in Nigeria. Because we know we've done comparative political analysis, we've done some of the things. Comparative political analysis is a course that almost took me out in school.
Really?
So, no. So
was it hard? Was it hard? Yeah, I said,
Political scientists already know what I'm saying.
Okay.
So it's one thing for me that, so over time, like I said, I already told you I got into tech. But political science is not something I wanted to pursue. Originally, I was supposed to study law. Nigerian university is what happened to me. That's why I ended up in political science.
How?
Good. The year that I got the first year, I think I did my JAM the first year. And I had very nice score. 262 in JAM. Yeah, 262 in my JAM.
I wanted to go to UI.
Very good number now. And I think I did 276 in post-JAM. But you know what's funny? Cut off for law that year, 276.
And that means you were on the line.
On the line.
On the line.
There were other people
over the line.
So the following year, I think I had a 250.
You actually look like a few. But you look at some people that will be covering book in example.
I cannot cover
Is it like say it? Say it.
I'm not covering.
You know this is going to be everywhere. I'm sure your classmates will come out and say test further.
I'm not a cover person. In fact, I'll actually say I'm a J person.
Really?
I cannot.
Chef giver.
I cannot carry book and enter exam.
No.
There's a big chance that tomorrow day no, even if I have the chip, I'll buy myself.
That you they go first catch.
I'll bring it out myself. I'll bring it out at the door because I'll be shaking.
Oh my God.
I can't do
So now hearing a lot from the government official that they should ban this, ban that, ban this app, ban that app. Why do you think they should do that? Because there was a time that I heard that they want to ban Twitter. That Twitter is the most craziest social media. That is the most and it's most easiest social media where Nigerians come out to shade the government.
Okay.
So I heard that they should ban it, even though Twitter is not even it's not from Nigeria now. It's not.
Yes.
Who's that? Who's the
US
founder
person.
again?
Elon Musk is the owner.
Elon Musk is the owner. Okay, he bought it. Ah, God, I received money. So, so now, what do you feel about that?
Okay, number one, the banning of Twitter has been done once.
Now, I'm just, for example, in here, but there are also other
Yeah, some
apps
other
that.
things. I'll take Twitter for an example.
Okay,
like you
good,
said.
good. Let's
Banning
go.
of Twitter has been done once.
Oh, the banding.
Yes.
Yeah.
What year was that?
During Buhari's time.
Oh.
Yeah, and what happened was, I think the president tweeted something,
Hmm.
and Twitter took it down.
How? Like he tweeted something.
Yeah, he tweeted something, and I think there were so many negative comments on that, and Twitter took it down.
Okay.
Yes. But I do not see reasons why a government should decide to ban something because it doesn't work for them. Yeah, government likes to control things. So if it doesn't work for them, they want to ban it.
They want to ban it.
They try to ban it, and you know how much of taxpayers' money went into banning Twitter when the simplest VPN at that time could actually bypass the ban that they did. In fact, in an hour, they were spending 6 million naira on the software. Yes. I had a deep knowledge of it at that time.
Oh,
They
wow.
were spending 6 million naira to ban Twitter per hour while people were using free VPN downloaded from Play Store.
Hey, voila.
Amala was not trending in Switzerland because people were using VPN. Yes.
Like,
So it has been done
Really?
before. But at the same time, they just took down a post. At that time, the president of the United States was Trump at that time, and his account was deactivated.
Really?
He didn't ban Twitter in US. No.
Wow.
He didn't ban Twitter in US because the government does not like it. Now, the other part where I come to our country is there is no offense in speaking out against government. That's one thing we should know. Yes.
Yeah, that's democracy, like freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. Apart from that, there is something called public opinion. When
Yes.
you do something, you should get feedback from people to know if it works with them or not. So if it does not work with them, you take it down. But our own leaders here in Nigeria,
whatever they
are
say,
alpha and omega. So
whatever they say.
they have thought of is a perfect thing for us. So that's one of the inhibitions that I feel like these people have, and they feel like, yeah, let's ban Twitter. They don't have a probable cause to ban Twitter, and if they do, it's simple. Funny thing is, when we should be inviting more of these big 10 companies to have a foothold in our country so that more of our tech professionals in Nigeria can get to work in these places and get paid in naira.
Not dollars.
Instead of dollar.
I know a lot of tech people that work for foreign companies and get paid in dollars. So when they want to work with you, that is a tech startup in Nigeria, they'll be using that dollar calculation, forgetting that you don't get paid, that your own customer does not pay you in dollars. Forgetting that the startup, the startup size is different. The money that you people have is different. So if our government had actually called in these people more, would actually have more tech people working for those people. Now we are now trying to scare them away by saying we will ban this, we will ban that.
We'll ban that.
There's no probable because they've not flouted any of our rule. If you feel like somebody has said something bad against the government, go and pick them up. You know how to pick them up.
Yeah, you know how to track them
You
down.
know how to track them down, but a person lost.
They're gonna go see them.
Oh, yeah.
So there are a lot of other things. I feel like there should be regulatory bodies.
Yeah,
towards
exactly.
it. For example, this CBX
that crashed.
Yeah, not crashed.
It didn't crash.
Not crash. CBX did not crash.
So it's still
CBX
existing.
Left.
Okay, I stand to be corrected.
Did not crash. If something works and then stopped working, probably due to technical reasons or policy reasons.
Or
That's
wickedness
crash.
reasons.
Or probably there's government policy against it. That's why it crashed. This one left.
People's money.
Yeah, well,
Exactly.
you were saying something.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, like, in Nigeria now, I know a lot of tech people are coming up. Like, where do you see tech in Nigeria, like in 10 years' time? Do you think it will like contribute to the growth and
Okay. One thing we should understand is one of the reasons why Nigeria is still a third world country is our technological advancements.
Yep.
And it's not because we don't have tech people, people who can build these softwares or build these solutions. It's because of the enabling environment. Let me give an example from myself. Last year, 2024, we launched a project called Thrive. The product, what does it basically do?
Oh, what?
Called Thrive.
Thrive,
yeah. So, what does the product do? It has, it is an e-commerce platform that allows small businesses to be able to create e-commerce websites for themselves in the space of 5 minutes. And we know how much websites will cost to build websites now. Even me personally, as a web developer myself, I know what it costs, and I know that small businesses cannot afford it. So our team came to we had to sit down and say, how do we serve this community of small businesses that actually need e-commerce websites to be able to run their businesses even when they are not around? You want to message somebody now to buy something on their WhatsApp, you message the first person, he did not reply. You message the second vendor, he did not reply. You now message the third vendor, that one replied immediately. Where are you buying from?
And the third one, of course.
Okay, now, if you have someone that you know that even if the person is sleeping, you can buy from them. And you having to go and stress and message the person, which one will you pick?
the easiest one.
Exactly. So we built a system where it is easy for everybody to sell. And just guess I want you guys to give me a wild guess of how much it costs to do that in monthly. Like to own a website like that monthly.
Well, it should cost some good money actually.
Like, give me a random number.
Okay. Per month. Okay, let's say 100K. Because
in fact, you are too far.
Too far. Tell me, shock me.
It per month. I will give you this one, you will shock.
Oh yeah.
The price we put it as was 1,500 naira.
Yeah, by me.
Yes, it was
like
try.
Yes.
$1.5. Because I don't understand.
1,500
an app where you can easily buy something from.
An app where you can create your own website in 5 minutes.
For your business.
So you pay monthly.
1.5.
That's the lowest plan. Anyway, there was 1.5, there was 2.5, there was 5,000.
Okay, another hidden thing about it is a philanthropist. That's another
not philanthropist. It is a business model that works for us. Wow. It works. We did our financial projections, we did our numbers, we did everything.
Does it pay you?
It works.
Like
well.
But pay.
You know why? But you know why? Sometime in March last year, we now invested 1 million naira into the setup. Like to kick off. We had already launched in January. People were already onboarded. So we wanted to push out more, and we invested 1 million naira. That month we made 30,000 naira. Not on top of 1 million.
I get.
We spent 1 million and made
30,000 naira. Wow.
And you know why? Not because people did not want to use it, but because of the enabling system that we have. For example, in this country, you cannot keep a server by yourself. They no born you well. Because the cost that you will be running at, you would make sure that it is online. That's one. With all these MTN network, okay, Abi, you buy Starlink, or you buy Starlink. You know the cost of Starlink?
Yeah. Now,
you will keep it, you have to make sure that there's light on it. Like there's light supplied to it every time.
Wow.
Oh, let's say you buy diesel, you're running diesel, I mean, good. You know price of diesel. Oh, you're not running diesel, you're using solar. You know how much solar you need to set up to keep your server running. So now you need to move to cloud. You need to do cloud costs and stuff. So we were trying to cut costs because one of our selling points was affordability. So we're trying to cut costs, and we used some other cloud hosting, VPS hosting.
So
Coming from a country like Nigeria, we're getting flagged
hmm.
by the hosting. They took our server down several times. A lot of downtimes.
Wow.
So, like people like us now, although Tribe is we're building a mobile first version now, a 3.0 version. We're building a mobile first version that we have cloud hosting now. We're in partnership with Amazon Web Services now, so we've been able to use our own answer to touch some people, some places and stuff. But now, how many tech startups like that can get their hands on things that will help them mitigate the effect of what they're doing, the cost of what they're doing?
That's true.
So the tech solutions that we have in build are like amazing. I've seen tech people build stuff. I have a fintech that is out of Ibadan here. A fintech that is coming out of Ibadan here. You probably might not have heard of it because probably I'm in the tech space. I have been using that system since. I've been using them since last year.
Wow.
Yes. So, and it works for me. I've been able to even cut out mundane banks when I want to do company, and that's even for my company. Cut out mundane banks when I'm using those fintechs, because banks they stress it.
Yeah.
And these fintechs are there. There are other solutions. Oh, like okay, by the end of this month or early next month, we'll launch another app. Wow. This one is loud. Like this one is one thing I want to go all out on. Called House Matter. You know the way agents usually kill the price of
house rent.
So you say house rent 500k and the total package 1.5 million. Yes, agency fee don't carry that. You understand?
Yeah.
We're able to come in agreement with a real estate company that knows their onions, over 10 years of experience, property max results. And we're able to come together to create a solution that allows us cut away agents.
Wow.
Okay. And once agent has been cut out, you pay only the necessary dues you need to pay. Your rent, your agreement fee, your say caution fee.
Yeah,
if it applies. And let's say now imagine that all the amounts I are paying for agency and caution is 10%.
And that would be sweet.
No, it's not. That's not just instead of those 40%, 50%, 60%
of the
everything is 10% except for your rent and caution fee. And those ones are going to your landlord.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So whatever comes to us is now 10%, and that includes agreement, because we also have a partnership with a legal firm.
And they agreed to that.
And who agreed to that?
I mean, you said you went to meet.
Yes, we are in partnership with that real estate company. We are in partnership with a legal company. So
the
legal company gives us stamped, legally binding contract between you and your landlord.
What's a
So many of these tech solutions.
Your solution is here.
I mean,
I swear it's here.
House Matter is coming. You people should know. House Matter is coming.
Okay, because of our time.
So I'm sorry. Let me just.
Okay.
So like I said, there are a lot of tech solutions that can come, but the country itself needs to enable us. Some of us don't get VC funding. We've been bootstrapping since. By bootstrapping I mean we've been spending money from our pockets since. Millions of naira. And the reasons why VCs don't want to come and invest in startups like this is because they are not sure if it is viable in Nigeria, if it will not die. Yes, and it's not even the people problem. It is the environment problem. Like people will be like, chicken them at work. Even the way we are saying it, talking about the House Matter. Somebody is saying, agent them at
and I just asked that, did I agree?
No, it's not a problem with the agent. The agents are just people who know. It's knowledge they are selling. Who know more. That's what they are selling. So if we can cut that knowledge to let the tenant know where the ILE is, because the landlord has put the knowledge out, and many other things that could have been done. Tech in Nigeria in the next 10 years will only be great and only solve our problems if the government allows for it, and they give us enabling environment, and they don't use policy to kill us. Because now one of the problems, we also have launched House Matter last month. One of the problems we had was getting a payment gateway. For our platform. So we didn't want to use the mundane payment gateways that exist, Paystack, Flutterwave. We wanted to create ours, because Paystack and Flutterwave only settles money a day after. and we know a lot of landlords will not want a day after. Mutiro, minimum account, now. Exactly. So we're trying to. So now, relationships that we needed to form with banks to generate our own payment gateway that is embedded into our own apps. We have to be watchful of this government policy does not go against it. We don't need to get compliance from CBN. We don't need to do this. We don't need to do that. Before we finally found partnership with GT Bank, and
oh wow,
and we are up and running now.
That's a great one. So because of our time is stuck with this, I just wanted to briefly advise people. I mean, upcoming tech personnel. Yeah, and I wanted to make more enlightening on why is it that if someone wants to learn a tech or something, want to learn some few things about what you like developing app and all, it's always so costly. Some people say, yeah, go and make 500K, make 200K. I know it's what's it called? It's it's something that has to do with your intellect, but I feel you should just address that part. Why is it like that? Why is it so much? Why is it so, I don't know, so expensive like that? And what advice do you have for people that want to go into tech?
Okay. So, I don't know which one to address first.
Anyone, just speak anyone, just briefly, yeah.
The costs first. Okay. Number one is, for a man who wants to learn, nothing is expensive.
Okay.
That's one.
Okay.
That's one thing. But that does not justify extravagance. But at the same time, I think it is one, because of the time frame that people learn these tech things, that we put the price on it like it's expensive.
Is it not?
Probably because you say in 3 months you'll be done, and they say you should be 500K. But in the actual sense, you went to school to go and study useless course that you know use, and you have spent close to your parents know what you have spent on, and it's useless. You are not using it to, and you used years, time wasted. Energy wasted, resources wasted, days that you are not supposed to go out, that you go because one lecturer I want to kill you, and you spend millions on it. Okay, to become a doctor, become a professional doctor, you do your, I think, 5 years, and you do one housemanship. To become a lawyer, you do 4 years, then you go to law school. The price of law school in itself in that 1 year, you know how much that costs.
Of course.
I think we need to see tech professionals as
our
professionals.
God. No, I mean God now.
No, you should see them as professionals, like lawyers and doctors, and maybe the price of acquiring that knowledge will not be extravagant in our eyes anymore.
But it's not school, it's just learning skills.
It is school.
It is cool.
Exactly. There are schools that offer certificates. There are lots of schools that offer certificates. Although me, apart from the few courses I did, I did majority of the learning myself.
Okay. I mean, now, online and all.
Yes.
Personal.
But now we have schools set up that are licensed to give you certification in that course. But also because our job or the job description does not really necessarily need certificate. Now evidence, no cho. A lot of people collect certificates from school that they don't know what they are doing.
I see.
Certificate,
it is well.
But you see, to get the tech certificate in itself, you need to have done quite a lot of work. And also, the amount that you will use that tech skill to get back, probably as working for somebody, or probably you become a tech startup founder, is much more valuable than what you even get working a 9 to 5 as a doctor, or probably working a 9 to 5 as a lawyer. Although some lawyers do well.
So let's go to the advice that you have for them.
Now the advice is prepare your mind.
Tell us to the camera, sorry.
Thank you. It is not all of us that will become tech startup founders.
Okay,
that's one.
Number one.
If you do want to become tech startup founder and you need to bootstrap, look for other people that share your goal, share your ideas, and start up with them. That's one. Two, to learn, prepare your mind. It's not like also know why you are going there. It's not like, why do you want to do tech? I hear tech is the new thing.
I want to become a professional Yahoo boy.
You are even learning tech for that one.
They are now.
You are learning tech for that one. For that one, you will end up disappointed. You end up disappointed.
At least you have some knowledge.
Because now you understand the workings of these things, and you just wonder why some Yahoo boys, they collected this money and left, and they are not traceable. You will know that this thing they are doing is traceable, and if FBI is ready for them, they
They
will
would,
come for them.
yeah. We know that. We know that.
So also, the reason you are coming has to be valid, because it will get to a point. You will become tired to learn, to work, to do anything. But that zeal, that passion you have, the original idea, the original reason you started out is the only thing you have. That's the only thing you will have. Prepare your mind though. You spend money. You will spend money.
Thank you so much thank you for someone for sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you so much for enlightening us more about techs and other things you do. Thank you so much. So guys, I hope that I'm very sure, I don't want to use the word I hope, I'm very sure that you've learned one or two things about this episode and about Mr. Kudus and what he does. And please, my own candid advice for youth: if you have this inbuilt knowledge or inbuilt talent towards tech, please use it the right way. Don't use it for fraud. Don't use for internet scams. Please.
Don't go and build apps to rip people off.
Don't go and build apps to rip people up. Please use it, because to bad fish So thank you so much. Pelumi, I don't know if you have something to say before we round off.
I don't really have much to say.
Okay.
I just want to say, follow it as the advice. Like all these things, it's like put it in your mind. If you want to learn this, like you need to be ready. Don't do it because someone else is doing it. Because my like but she ordered her own bed.
Okay, so before we hand off, actually, Mr. Kudus, I forgot to mention this. I saw this in one of your profile. It said, this is like, I wanted to ask actually earlier that, have you been awarded?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw this actually. It said, this one says, it's a techpreneur and brand strategist with crazy results, currently a nominee of the Oyo State Tech Award for the Youth 2025. I think you got this one early this year.
Yeah, we got a nomination like some few.
You were nominated. Have you gotten the award?
The award is like few days now.
Few days. In the name of Jesus, you will get it. Receive, because you're very good actually. Yeah. No, I've not seen your work yet, but the way you talk about what you do, I mean, that's what we're paying. Continue about more shit. You more so. We want to more shit. No, do you understand? So
few recognition here and there. As of last year, November, we got recognized as one of the top 10 startups in Nigeria.
Okay.
At the First Bank FinTech Summit.
Are you serious? Wow, that's amazing.
That was 1 million.
1 million. Where's that cut? So that's amazing. Please keep up the good work, and I pray that that place that you want to go, that's place that your heart desire, that future that you're looking at, you get there in the name of Jesus. Are you a Christian?
I'm a Muslim.
You're Muslim. Okay, inshallah. So guys, thank you so much for joining us on today's episode. I'm glad you enjoyed it, because I know you enjoy it. So if you still want us to bring back Mr. Kudus Adedolapo, please, we want to see you. Say it in the comment section, and of course we're going to like this, we'll bring him. Don't worry. We'll send our convoy to just bring him. Just to relax. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to click on the share button and the like button, and please follow us on all our social media platforms. You know the handle. So till we meet next time. See you. Bye.